could not able to perform his farming activities, and he is not able to move out of the bed also. That is the kind of issue he had. And then we evaluated. We found that this valve was severely damaged, and then his coronary was normal. So myself and our cardiologist, Dr. Guru Prasad and Dr. Das, we all as a team, we evaluated this patient. And after a discussion about this patient, and then finally decided to go for a TAVI. But after doing all the workup, TAVI was not possible. So we just add an option to open it up and then do the replacement of the aortic valve. But the problem is, already he underwent a surgery and lot of additions will be there in the chest. So releasing the additions, the heart additions from the chest wall is really a Herculean task. And then we could able to do that. And then we want to reduce the time of the surgery, because once I expand the valve, and again I have to implant the valve. That's a sutured valve. Sutured valve, it takes almost 45 minutes to 1.5 hours to implant it actually. So because we have to take a lot of sutures inside, and then it has to be very meticulous, and it will be a time consuming procedure. Considering his age and also the redo scenario, we thought we will go for a new the advanced technology like sutureless valve in an open procedure also. So we have implanted a perceval valve. This is a new sutureless valve. There is no suture in this. Just put the valve, open it up, and then dilate it. It sticks to inside. So normally the implanting the suture valve, it will take almost 1.5 hours. But whereas this takes only 3 minutes to 5 minutes. That is the advantage. So what is the advantage is, that will be bleeding will be lesser, your pump time will be lesser, and the patient recovery is very fast. And the cost, when compared to the TAVI valve, this cost is very, very less. Almost, if you can say, the TAVI cost is around 25 lakhs, whereas this will cost you around 6 to 6.5 lakhs altogether by the time the patient will get discharged. That is a major advantage, and he can resume his regular activities. So this CT evaluation we have done pre-implantation. Handle, in that we will just implant the valve. This is same like a percutaneous valve, that's TAVI valves. So we will just put it in this and crush it and make it as a smaller this thing to implant into the aortic position. And then we will see whether it is fit enough to holding it or not. And this is a balloon. After implanting that, you have to dilate with the balloon. So we'll check everything before going for a implantation. See all the additions, everything. Side. And then we'll remove that suture also. Opening into the aorta, we're just pushing inside. This after expanding the old valve. So now we are just unbuttoning it so that it will opens up, and then we remove this. Regular redos, even in the small incision, around 5 centimeter incision, we can implant this valve. See, this is a diseased valve. Even in a normal diseased valve, we can excise these valves. It's all severely calcified. So this is a minimal invasive, and we'll size it. What size we can implant inside. is almost 3.5 lakhs actually. So we cannot, the patient cannot afford to spend more money on second valve. So this is how the valve is prepared. And then we will implant into the aortic position. And then we will release the button actually, and then it will automatically opens up. It has got some stent also around it, so that it will opens nicely inside. So once it is done, and we will dilate with the balloon to stick onto the wall of the aorta. And hold it for 30 seconds, and then everything is done. There is no suture. You don't see any sutures here, and then we'll close the opening. This is after the implanting the valve. So these the highlight about it is comparatively lesser price when compared to the TAVI valves, and it is quicker to do it. Actually, we can implant the valve in 3 minutes to 5 minutes. That is the greatest advantage of this, and especially in routine surgeries, it is very, very important. He was there in ICU for only 1 day. There is no complications, and patient being ready to discharge in 3 days. So that is a major, and now he is almost it's 1 month over now. He came for a follow-up, and he is doing extremely good, and he has resumed his farming activities. So even the drivers or whoever it is, who are the heavy workers, they can able to resume their work within 3 to 4 weeks. That is the greatest advantage of this kind of surgeries. See, the problem related to the pump can be avoided because you are minimizing the intraoperative time. That is very, very important for this. So in a regular, normal, instead of the redo valve surgeries, in a regular valve replacements, the first time if you are doing a regular valve replacement, it is much more quicker actually. We took time to release the additions because of the previous surgery. Whereas in a native valve diseases, it can be done within 15 to 30 minutes. That is the greatest advantage of this kind of newer technique of sutureless valves. Thank you.